Yo, what's good? Got a quick trade recap today. Took one trade and I took a win. So I'm up on the week, up 1 point something percent on the week, which is pretty nice. So yeah, let me just go over it real quick. So the trade was on Euro USD. The 4 hour was bearish at the time. Still is. We closed below these lows here. Actually, no, we are bullish now, but we closed below these lows and then yeah, we never confirmed bullish at the time, but yeah, okay, wait. So this is the 3 a.m. So close at 7. And I took the trade after 7 a.m. close. So it was bullish when I entered. But coming into NY Open, we were bearish. So what did I see? So on the New York highs, we had we had New York highs, and then we had London highs below the New York highs, and then we also had the Asian highs up here, which were irrelevant. Asian lows were a target, London lows were the primary target. So yeah, market opens, we open right like close to the London lows. So at this point, I was thinking that yo, we could just come right into the London lows and then have a slight reaction. The thing about the London highs, but the thing about the London highs that I didn't really like was that this was like the entire body of like the entire wick of the London high, and we already came into it at around the 5 a.m. mark. So what I was thinking was if we can take out this absolute high, because we formed a high right before NY Open, if we could take out the absolute high of this, that would be like the body of this, and that would be like more liquidity, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my thought process behind it. But we ended up just pushing way past the highs anyway. So we came into the NY highs rather, and then yeah, we pushed a bit. We had a pretty far push, and then we consolidated for not really consolidated, but we retraced a little bit and then kept on pushing higher. And the thing about this that I kind of deviated from my, like, I don't know if that's the right word, but I kind of like broke my plan was here. This was more than a 10 pip thing, you know, from the NY high. We did have this previous Asian high from the previous day, and that would have been within the 10 pip range, and that's kind of how I reasoned it, that this was valid. But I don't know if that's breaking my plan too much, because this was the Asian high from yesterday. So I don't know if I want to consider previous day Asian highs as a confluence. You know, actually, wait, no, this is London highs. Yeah, these were London highs. So I don't know if I want to consider previous day London highs as a confluence as well. I don't know how far I go. I'll be like, yo, like last month's London highs are like there, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know. That's something I need to figure out and think about over this weekend. But yeah, so on the 5 minute after we took out this, we had a nice reaction off of that. Inverse this fair value gap, but because we had a 30-minute closure above, I wanted to look for continuation. So once we inverse this gap on the 5 minute, which kind of closed at 7:10. So at 7:10. So at this point, I was looking for equilibrium to get reached, or this fair value gap we had here. I don't know where the fair value gap went. Is it this one? Yeah, because it's not a fair value gap, bro. I think it's that one. I must have just moved it around a little bit. But we did have a fair value gap here. It was kind of like a combination, like two fair value gaps stacked on each other. So once we broke inverse the gap at a 7:10, we came back into equilibrium and we just consolidated here for a little bit. We did wake up higher, but we never like confirmed bullish, you know. We never like inversed the gap or anything, so I was still happy with that. So I was waiting, right? There's like 15 minutes of freaking nothing happening, bro. I was literally sitting on Meditator, like looking at my phone, looking at this. I was like, bro, are we gonna enter or not? I had to pee so badly, bro. But anyways, we broke structure with this huge Drake candle to the downside, bro. I was ready to enter here, bro. I was like, yo, this entry's gonna be fire. And then what do? We take a little dump ski into the freaking trenches, and then I didn't miss the entry, but the entry was like originally gonna be like a 1.6, yeah, 1.6 aura, and then where I entered, it became a 1.24, bro. That made me so mad, bro. I was actually so annoyed. That was the time I got most emotional today, was just getting like annoyed because of this, bro. I was like, oh my god, this shit sucks, bro. So then I entered here, stops above here, and something I wasn't sure about doing was keeping my stops here or keeping my stops above equilibrium. And now looking at this trade, we never got above the high on the equilibrium, so I should probably just stick to keeping it above the confluence, because I was scared that I was gonna get stopped out. But this is a pretty large stop loss, so what I'll probably do is like make a rule. If the entry point is like more than like 15 pips away from the thing. Maybe try looking for confluence, but that's probably something I'll look into my weekly recap tomorrow, and I'll just think about that. But yeah, we do move down pretty nicely, get pretty close, not really, but like half close. I was getting a bit hopeful, because I looked on the charts one time, because I accidentally went onto Forex Factory, and then I accidentally clicked onto the Euro USD, and I accidentally looked at the charts. I accidentally did everything, but that's something I messed up on my plan as well this time, and that was caused by an attachment to the trade and wanting to know what would happen. So what I gotta think is like, bro, what will looking at the charts do for me, bro? Looking at the charts will not do me any good, bro. It'll just cause me to get more emotional. So just gotta like not look at the charts, bro. But yeah, we get pretty close here, and then I looked on the charts because I went swimming with my friends today because they're moving schools, and it was kind of sad. So we went swimming, and my eyes are still. I actually hate freaking swimming, bro. My eyes are still stinging so much, and my hair is cooked, bro. Like, this is not recoverable, bro. She's nasty. But yeah, went swimming, and then I wasn't able to manage my position. But now this shit looks weird. Well, I mean, it's not gonna look good. It's just, but the hair gets into my face too much. But anyways, shit, I might look light skin or something. Not say, but yeah, we almost hit TP, but I checked before we left to the pool, because I wouldn't be able to like take my phone into the pool. So yeah, I saw this, and then when I checked my phone, we were like at 10ish. So yeah, around here, this is when I checked my phone. I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna get stopped. And I was like thinking like, yo, I should just move my stop to break even, or I should take 50% off. And I was like, no, that's your bitch man talking. And I was like, hell no, I'm gonna listen to that bitch. So then I was like locked in. I was like, no, I'm not gonna move it. And then yeah, get all the way up here, and then I'm thinking like, yo, I come back to the locker room just to check my phone, and I'm like, oh, I'm all the way up here. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna move it. And then I end up hitting TP 10 minutes before I check my phone, right? 10 minutes before I check my phone, we end up hitting TP, because we got out at 12, and then I hit TP at like 11:50. And then at this point, the thing closed, because I put a hard TP at that point and a hard stop loss, because I wouldn't be able to manage my position. I don't know, I keep on switching because I feel like I need to talk to you, but I'm talking to myself, but I don't know. But yeah, we ended up hitting TP2, which was like the 50% mark at the fair value gap, but we never ended up going into the Asian low. We ended up like coming to this part, but we never ended up going further. So honestly, like I didn't really miss out on that much, but I was like, at the time I was like getting really annoyed. I was like, bro, I could have made so much more. But really, could I have made more? I don't think so. Like, I mean, I think so, but it's like, because I would have taken 50% off here. That would have been like, then yeah, I feel like I could have made, actually maybe not, because I would have like closed my position here around like market close. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just rambling, yo. How's it been 8 minutes now? So GBP JPY, the 4-hour was bullish at the time, closing above this high. So on the 30-minute, we had the London highs, London lows, Asian lows, and Asian highs. So Asian highs were the primary target, but yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. So we had, because I wanted to see the London lows get taken and then have London highs to be able to target, but we ended up taking the London highs, so I didn't really want to enter it, and we ended up doing some accordion pattern shit, you know what I'm saying, like the wee 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 like that, that was such a bad. We ended up going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like not really that good to trade. So that is why I didn't trade GBP JPY. I hope you understand what I mean. But yeah, so 4-hour on GBP USD was bullish. Yes, we were bullish, unlike Euro USD. So on we had London highs, bro. We had London highs and Asian lows here, and then we had London lows down here, which were like pretty close to the Asian lows. So what was I thinking, right? We come and take out the absolute London low, and then we move all the way up here, and then we come back down, and I was like, yo, we have hope, and then we just rip, and then we take out the London high, and at that point I was like, yo, I'm not trading this anymore, because what am I supposed to target the NY high? And I was like, bro, I'm just BSing myself. I'll just be patient for USD, because this is setting up really nicely for a potential short position, and I'm looking for shorts on Euro USD, so they're probably moving pretty similar. So I was like, yo, I should just sit off this, don't take any dumb shit, and I didn't. We never confirmed bullish structure anyway. So yeah, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed my talk. This was a bit longer, but I don't know, bro. If you watch these, you're a real one, bro. You are a real brother. You are my brother. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'll see you. I'm not kidding. You are my real brother. It's just, bro, sometimes I'm just so tired of life, bro. Anyways, goodbye.